Hey everybody, my name's Paul, and today I'm going to talk about how to create a niche brand on YouTube using Seahawks Draft Blog and its YouTube channel, The Rebuild, as an example. So let's get into it. Rob Staton, who writes the Seahawks Draft Blog, has been posting since 2008, and as you might have guessed, the content is very heavy into the Seahawks. Rob really goes deep into everything Seahawks, from the explosive testing scores of offensive linemen who the Seahawks might draft in the fifth round to the players' backstories and some of their personal, objects that they might have overcome, as the Seahawks sort of covet players who have grit and who have shown that they can deal with adversity. So Rob does a great job of categorizing those stories as well. So the first video that I'm going to talk about is a YouTube video that just posted recently. This was after the most recent Seahawks draft back in May. The video gained 29,000 views. It's really simple. The title, it's, Seahawks deserve an A+ on this most recent draft. So it's very searchable, very easy to find, very clear what you're going to see. And this is, I'd say this particular video with the 29,000 views is really the culmination of years of Rob posting the content that I described, both on his blog and more recently on his YouTube channel, and he also has podcasts. And it's really kind of a testament to this idea that find a niche, find something you're really passionate about, and then just post consistently about that, niche, and stay true to it. Eventually, you'll gather some followers. He has, I believe, 5,800 followers or so. And he's actually really kind of created himself as an authority by posting all this content. Sometimes he'll be interviewed on the local ESPN channel or on Seahawks.com when people want to talk about experts on the Seahawks, but this is not his day job, as he often states. This is a kind of a hobby for him, but he's doing a great job, and I think it's a good example. The second video that I looked up, and this was basically a year ago. This was right after the Seahawks had traded Russell Wilson, and for some of you who follow the Seahawks probably know, at the time that was a big deal for the Seahawks and for the NFL. Seahawks received a lot of draft capital in exchange for Russell Wilson. And so this was a year ago. This was right after they traded him. Similar title, Seahawks deserve an A+ for their draft. Might sound like he's kind of a homer, but I will give him credit that he actually calls the Seahawks when they don't do things that he agrees with, and he has the stats and the research to back it up. But it is, I think, it's a nice, clean title that, again, gets people excited. That video from 2 years ago had 23,000 views versus the 29,000 of this most recent post. So that tells you that he's incrementally gaining followers and gaining, authority by sort of, posting this content consistently. A couple little things on the video from 2 years ago. He had launched this Rebuild brand, I think, around that time. And so that was front and center when you clicked on the video. I'd say, this most recent time, he went right into the content about the draft. And then he had a call to action at the end of the video with the Rebuild and the Seahawks Draft Blog. And that's probably a smart move, just because you don't want to you don't want to lose people, right? Everybody, you got about 7 seconds to grab people's attention. And so he kind of picked that up and did that for this most recent video. So going back one more time, I'm going to go back to about 3 years ago to illustrate a different point. And that is, while it's important to identify a niche and stay true to that niche, it also helps if the topic that you are posting about is popular. And so I looked at some of the past history, and I may have mentioned that Rob is British, which has always struck me as slightly odd. I'm like, why is a British guy talking all about the Seahawks and the guy that's kind of laying it down? But you look back into the history, he was originally posting about Premier League football. And, you know, Premier League obviously is a hugely popular global sport, very popular in Europe especially. But I think that, you know, I went and looked at one of the videos that he originally sent from 2008. And that video, again, similar content, except it was about a Premier League football team, maybe got 400 views. And this is going back, you know, 2008. So my gut tells me that what happened is Rob decided to pivot and probably loves the Seahawks just like he loves his Premier League team, but realized that there's just so much more interest and so much more attention paid to the Seahawks, to the NFL, here in North America anyway. And one thing that the NFL has just done a fantastic job about is really making it a 365-day-a-year sport. There's so much interest in the draft and free agency and preseason and the regular season and the Super Bowl that there's just this endless trove of content that someone like Rob can take advantage of to talk about, to include in his post, to gain more viewers and gain more followers. And so if that was truly the case and he decided to make a pivot, smart move, because you got me hooked. I'm on it all the time, Rob. I love your stuff, and hope you continue to have success. And that's it. Thanks so much.